What's up, everyone? Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be giving you the top 10 loadouts you can be using right now in Warzone 3 on Rebirth Island. These are going to be in no particular order, and I always recommend use what's most comfortable to you, because if you're not comfortable, you're not going to push your enemies and you're not going to get more eliminations, which is kind of the whole point. If you ever need any one of my loadouts, you can always find those on ggs.ai/MrMarvelTV, or just check the link down in my description. But if you like these style of videos and you always want to stay up to date on the current meta, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that noti bell so you don't miss another video. Let's get you these loadouts. And before we get you those loadouts, I want to show you my perks that I'm running right now and kind of why I'm running them. Mountaineer, if you're running Mountaineer on Rebirth Island, it's just so easy to drop down from different buildings and stuff, and it's very, very helpful. And then we're going to run double time because speed and agility are really, really important. So we're going to run double time to increase that tac sprint, the time of your tac sprint and how much time it takes for the tac sprint to be over. So run double time for sure. And then we're running quick fix because quick fix allows you to heal faster once you've been dealt damage. So run quick fix, you'll have easier time running. So those are your locked in top 3 right there. And then for perk slot 4, I've got a couple different options. I like high alert personally, that's what I'm running. But I could see how Ghost could really, really help, especially in early game, because there's so many UAV going around and precision airstrikes and things like that. But Ghost is might be really, really solid again since Rebirth is back. But another thing is they haven't fixed audio. Obviously there's still issues, especially with so many precision airstrikes going around. I think that's a lot of the issue, is that there's so many airstrikes and things like that, cluster, everything. I think there's so many of those that you're not able to hear footsteps right now. But when everything's like calm or quiet and you hear just gunshots, footsteps are a lot easier to hear. But if you're still having issues, I would run flex. Flex really helps decrease that surrounding sounds around you. Again, it won't clear out an airstrike that's right on top of you to where you can hear footsteps, but the ones that are far off in the distance, it'll help with that a little bit better, so that you can hear footsteps a little bit, and it'll raise that footstep audio a little bit to the top. But again, I usually run high alert as my top option in perk slot 4. First up, we've got the Pulmiet and the Vaznev 9K. I know a lot of people have been talking to me about the Vaznev 9K and saying to try it. I tried it. I like it. It's not completely meta, but I think it's definitely top 10. So we're going to go with the Pulmiet. For that Pulmiet, we're going to go with the Cassis Break L muzzle, Jack Annihilator long barrel, which you get by attaching the Jack Annihilator bullpup kit. I like the Jack glassless optic here with the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel. Show this to you here in the firing range. I think the Pulmiet is still pretty good. A little bit harder to control for the recoil and stuff, but still very solid. For that Vaznev, we're going with the Zeman 35 compensated flash muzzle, the DR6 hand stop underbarrel, the 45 round mag, the Demo X2 grip, and the Atrazat stock. Show this to you guys here in the firing range, but I really, really like this, and the movement actually seems pretty good as well. Real fast. Next up, we have the Holger 556 and the AMR9. For that Holger 556, you want to go with the VT7 Spearfire suppressor, the Cryo 6 match barrel, the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, the 40 round mag, and I like the Cryo Eagle's Eye sight right now, just for this specific build, because it just seems like it just hits more consistently. But yeah, the Holger 556 still slaps, and still a lot of fun to run. Then for the AMR9, we're going with the Zeman 35 compensated flash muzzle, the AMR9 Regal Pro barrel. This is even post nerf. The XRK Edge BW4 hand stop, or the DR6 hand stop, whichever you prefer, the 50 round mag, and the Jack glassless optic. And there's a new SMG called the FJX Horus. I still think the AMR9 is better than that. Look how much ammo you have left after you get done, at least in the firing range. I just feel like it hits harder than the new SMG. So, but hopefully they buff that new SMG here shortly. Next, we have the Bruin MK9, which still is so good. And then we have the Ram 9, which did receive a nerf, but it is still top 10 in my opinion. Going to the Bruin, we're going with the Cassis Break muzzle, the XRK Horizon V2 barrel here, the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, the 60 round mag, and the Jack glassless optic. Show this to you in the firing range. Still absolutely slaps, even after the nerf here in the most recent update, but absolutely love it. Then for that Ram 9, we're going with the Speedway V5 short barrel, the XRK Hedge hand stop underbarrel, the 50 round mag, the Haste XV grip tape, and the Recon comb. And instead of this Haste grip tape, if you want to go with the Retort 90 grip tape, you can do that as well. overall not bad. Just definitely not top 5 meta. And obviously we have things that are you absolutely have to use right now, and we'll get to those here in just a few moments. And one of those must-use weapons, I think, is the Moors sniper, and I've got it paired with the MCW sniper support build that I've come up with, and I'm loving it right now. The Moors, though, is the new sniper is just so quick. Reminds me of the Car 98, not exactly like the Car 98, but it does remind me of it. And we're going with the SL Razorhawk Light Laser, the Akalina LR stock optic, which will actually give you that reticle, the same reticle the old Car 98 used to have, the super light 90 stock, the quick bolt, and the OP 980 grip. Now it is one shot up to, you can get it up to I think 75 meters with this build, but there is a way to get it to like 350 plus, and all you have to do is add on the anti-material slug rounds. It does boost the headshot damage, torso damage, lower torso, and upper legs damage, but does decrease that bullet velocity, so it's going to have some bullet drop, so keep that in mind. But with this one, 75 meters is pretty much hit scan. That MCW, we're going with the Chimera Silent Shot Integral Barrel, the DR6 Hand Stop Underbarrel, the Blackout High Grain Rounds, the 40 round mag, and the Jack Raven kit. So this 2 here in the firing range, man, it's just really good, and honestly it could be used as SMG too. Next, we have the STB556, which is a Model Fair 2 AR that is a ton of fun to run. And we're going to go pair that with the Striker 9 right now. We're going to STB556, we're going with the Cassis Brake Muzzle, the Bruin S620 barrel, the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the 42 round mag, and the Jack Glassless Optic. So this 2 here in the firing range, it's pretty much a beam. Just sucks that it only has 42 rounds on it. Then for that Striker 9, we're going with the Zimmon 35 compensated flash muzzle, the XRK Edge hand stop underbarrel, the 50 round drum, the Jack Glassless Optic, and the Lockman MK2 light stock. I like the Striker 9 a lot. Very controllable recoil, great for sniper support as well, but also a very solid SMG. Next, we have the MTZ556, which is top 2 long range options in my opinion. And then we have the most broken weapon in the game, the Renetti. Now, Call of Duty did tweet out the Renetti will be getting a nerf very soon. So we have another option for you if that Renetti does get nerfed. But for that MTZ556, we're going with the Cassis Brake Muzzle, the MTZ Drifter Heavy Long Barrel. I tried out the Clinch Pro Barrel here, which I preferred the long barrel. And then we're going with the Bruin Heavy Support Grip Underbarrel, the 50 round drum, and the Jack Glassless Optic. Show this to you here in the firing range. This thing is an absolute laser beam as well, and kind of feels like the M13 from back in the day a little bit, but it spits out bullets so fast that if you don't down your enemy pretty quick, it'll run out quick. And then for that Renetti, we're going with the Zimmon 35 compensated flash muzzle. You have to run that Jack Ferocity carbine kit to make it into an SMG. I like the Ravage 8 stock here to control that recoil even more, and the Nidar Model 2023 sight along with the 50 round drum. Now, if that Renetti gets nerfed, which will happen pretty soon via Call of Duty, we're going to run the Core 45 pistol, and I'll show you why here in just a second. Also, we've got this paired with the TAC Evolver, which is a very solid option, especially in long range. For that TAC Evolver, we're going with the Cassis Brake L muzzle, the Eviction Heavy Long Barrel here, or the Eviction Heavy 762 barrel, the Hound 9G grip, the Jack Glassless Optic, or the Corio Eagle's Eye, whichever you prefer, and the Rampart Heavy stock. So this one too here in the firing range. There's very little recoil. It does have a slower fire rate than any other LMG, but man, it does slap. Now for that Core 45 and why we're going to run this instead of the Renetti when the Renetti gets a nerf. Hopefully it's a substantial nerf. But we're going with the Zimmon 35 compensated flash hider and the slate reflector sight here, along with the XRK dynamic precision stock and the 40 round drum. Now this is going to make it pretty broken once that Renetti goes away, and this will be the next best thing. It was this XRK IPv2 conversion kit. We'll hop into the firing range and I'll show you exactly what this does. So basically what it's going to happen is you're going to squeeze the trigger, it's going to shoot, and then when you let go of the trigger, it's going to shoot. So if you spam it, it can be an SMG, and it has a very fast TTK. If you can control that recoil, It's so good. Next, we're going to go with the SVA 545, and we're going to pair this with the WSP 9. For this SVA 545, we're going with the Zimmer 35 compensated flash muzzle, the STV precision barrel, the high grain rounds, the 60 round mag, and the Choreo Eagle's Eye 2.5 times scope. And as always, you want to put this thing in single fire mode. There's no recoil at all on it if you have it in this mode, and it's very, very solid. It does take some skill to use because it is a tap to fire, but again, very good. Then the WSP 9, we're going with the Zimmer 35 compensated flash muzzle, the WSP Reckless 90 long barrel, the DR6 hand stop under barrel, the 50 round mag, and the WSP Classics factory stock. If you need a sight, go with the Night model sight and take off the stock. So this one's you here in the firing range. WSP 9 is so underrated. The only problem with it is that it just has an open bolt delay on it, which kind of holds it back a little bit. But if you're catching anybody before they fire at you, they're not going to win many gunfights. Next, we have the BP50, and I've got it paired with a striker. For that BP50, we're going with the Cassis Brake muzzle, the Lore 9 heavy barrel, the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, 45 round mag, and right now I've got the 4-bearer heavy stock on because it's Rebirth Island and a sight isn't super needed on this island. But if you need a sight, I would go with something like the Jack Glassless for this. But I'm going to leave this stock on instead of the sight. But man, it's just, there's very, very little recoil in this thing. It's a beam. Then for the striker, we're going with the Zimmer 35, the XRK hand stop underbarrel, the 60 round drum, that Jack Glassless optic, and the Lockman MK2 light stock. Show this one to you here in the firing range. I feel like this has less recoil than the Striker 9 and might be a little bit better of an option when it comes to sniper support, in my opinion. But that's up to you. Let me know what you guys are running for sniper support. Then last but certainly not least, we've got the SOA Subverter and the HRM9 SMG. These two are one of my favorite loadouts to run. For that SOA Subverter, we're going with the Cassis Brake L muzzle, the Dozer 90 long barrel, the Bruin heavy support grip underbarrel, the 50 round drum, and you can go with the Jack Glassless optic or the Choreo Eagle's Eye, whichever you prefer. Show this to you here in the firing range. Very little recoil, very controllable, high TTK, everything you want in an AR or battle rifle. Then for the HRM9, I like the Zimmer 35 compensated, the Thorn 90 barrel, the XRK Edge hand stop or the DR6 hand stop, whichever you prefer, the 50 round drum, and the folding stock to handle that recoil a little bit more. So this one's you here in the firing range. A lot of fun to run, very good up closes, which is how you want to run it, but we love that one as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, you found it helpful, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that noty bell so you don't miss another video like this or like any of these. We'll see you in the next one.